All right, let's see how this works. I want to see how the sound on this microphone's working because I do usually use my headset for this, but it's too hot to put this on my ears. So I'm going to be using the microphone that we record the podcasts with and just try to talk quieter than I normally do for the episodes. And if the audio gets to be too loud, just yell at me. And if I can't do it, then I'll just uh, I'll just do the headphones and figure something out. But it doesn't look like that the audio on this is doing too bad. And let me know if you can hear me. I want to make sure you can hear me because if you can't hear me, then there's a problem with that. Okay, well, just let me know like if you're not able to hear me. I'm just gonna put this really close to me to see. Yeah, no, I think it's working because I can see the second dot lighting up a little bit. I'll hold this a little bit away from me so it's not blasting your guys' eardrums. Okay, you can hear me. That's good. That's good. All right. So yeah, we've got a Haskell today, for better or for worse. So yeah, obviously we're going to talk about the debacle that's going on down at Monmouth Park. I do have a request from someone who commented on the live show last night. I'm not sure whether or not he was here or if he's going to be here right now. But who do I like in the Haskell today? Perfect timing for you to ask because we're going to be talking a lot about the Haskell today. Probably at some point should close that shade, but uh, don't really think don't really think I'm going to care that much about the shade. It doesn't really matter having the glare in the background because we're not really doing anything. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, delays. We're going to be talking a lot about that. And this whole thing is just a giant disaster, but I'm not sure if he's here, but I just want to pull up this guy's comment so I don't forget about it. And if you are here, please feel free to yell at me if I am doing wrong. And also, if the audio does get to be too loud, just let me know. I do have the microphone here. I'm not doing the usual setup of the headset because it's too hot here. And even though I am in an air conditioned building, it's still very hot in here. So we're doing the microphone. I'm just holding it away from me. Usually, the way I would do it, I was just set it up somewhere and start talking, but uh, didn't have the best success with that the last time I tried to use it, so I'm just going to do it like this. But what am I looking for? Oh, yeah, I'm looking for that comment that someone left on the live show last night. But yeah, so if you have any questions, what's the Haskell in it? The horses that I like in the Haskell are Maximum Security, Mucho Gusto, and Jovia. Jovia is my long shot play. It was Ferdinand Flores who was asking me about the Breeders' Cup, and he specifically said that he is tired, as are many people, of the Breeders' Cup just being a strictly Kentucky and California thing. So if you're here right now, feel free to just let me know, and we can talk about that now. If not, I will be I will be open to start talking about that as soon as he shows up. But I guess right now, if we really want to, we can get into how stupid all this stuff with the Haskell is. This is why the culture exists of people who are against horse racing. Because when tracks do crap like this, when they know that it's in the best interest not to run the race, and yet they still do it. There was absolutely no reason for the Haskell to be run today. There's just absolutely no reason for the Haskell to be run today. Yeah, I wasn't. Unfortunately, I was not able to check that out last night. I did have stuff to work with, but or stuff to work on. But from what I have been told, is that you do like King for a Day a lot in the Haskell. I'm not ready to jump on King for a Day just yet. I don't want to jump into a horse that's won a race against Maximum Security, who definitely did not look to be at his best. But yeah, so we got that to go for. There was really no reason for the Haskell to be run today. I'm just gonna put that out there that there was absolutely no reason that you should run that race today. And it's not just for the horses; it's also for the people there, because you're Monmouth Park. You're responsible for the people who are at the racetrack too. Like that, they're your responsibility to make sure that everything's in the best interest of those people, not just the horses and the riders, but it's also the spectators and the public who came to Monmouth to watch the Haskell. And if you know that it's not, then it's not safe today to be outside for long periods of time. And we all know this, that when it's this hot and you got a heat index of about 108, it's not good to be outside. I have been outside for probably about 10 minutes today in total. But that's why I got my water here. We're staying hydrated, keeping cool as much as we can. And yeah, I just think the whole thing with the Haskell, I'm not going to be on for too long because I do have stuff to do, but that's why I decided to come on live now because I wanted to give you guys the benefit of a Haskell live stream because we were not going to be able to have a Haskell live watch now that they postponed it back to 8 o'clock. Which, by the way, if you're not aware, that is what happened to the Haskell. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I'll talk a little bit more about that. I'm probably actually not even going to be able to stay on for too much longer, but I'll talk a little bit about this. This is why the culture of people who are against horse racing is allowed to exist. Because you have these tracks like Monmouth that they try hard to get in a marquee stakes event. And I understand that sentiment because you've got the breed. This is the biggest race in your track's season. You want to have it, it's on national TV. You want to have it on national TV, and you want to have it on the day that it's scheduled to be had. But unfortunately, sometimes extenuating circumstances don't allow that to happen. And unfortunately, this was one of the times when you should have canceled the race. Every racetrack in the area around Monmouth Park, except for Penn National, felt it was the temperature conditions were serious enough to cancel races prior to the Saturday morning. Now, Penn National eventually did cancel races, but it took them until this morning to do it. But Penn National did decide to finally say that we're not having racing today. Now, I think the Penn National should have canceled a lot earlier. The only racetrack in the eastern part of the United States that I'm aware of that is running today is Arlington Park, and Arlington Park is lucky that there's this whole circus with Monmouth because then people would have been after Arlington Park. But now, just saying that this is why the culture exists for the anti-horse racing people, because when you do crap like this and it shows that other stuff that motivates you besides the safety of the horses, and unfortunately they're sending that message, whether or not that's actually true. That's the message that they're sending, that the money and the handle that you're going to get from the races at Monmouth Park is more important than the safety of the horses and the viewers who are coming to see the races. That's a problem. Now they're going to be running all of their stakes races today, like I said, starting at 6 p.m. You just should have canceled the races. And also, like, it's an example of you're just handing the people who are against horse racing ammunition by doing this, because you're running horses in heat indexes that are not appropriate for people to be outside in. So, what do you think these people who are obviously right now against horse racing going to do? They're going to take that and they're going to spin it and do as much as they want with it. And they're going to send that message to people who are either indifferent about horse racing or don't really care. And they're going to say, maybe this isn't such a good industry. And we know that the industry is better than that, but they don't necessarily know that. Like the people, the outsiders of the industry don't necessarily know that. And these protesters are being given free ammunition to spew their nonsense. And it, it's just laughable the way that this was allowed to happen. Does anyone have any questions about anything at Monmouth Park today? That's my opening spiel for this. I'll open it up to any questions about any of the races today. The San Diego Handicap is also today. I will be taking Catalina Cruiser in that race. That's the only non-Monmouth Park race I'm playing. I know someone asked me for some other plays on Haskell Day. I will be I will be playing Midnight Bisu in the Molly Pitcher Stakes. Taking a look at some of the other races, the Ocean View is when the race that is going to reopen the Monmouth card later tonight. So I'll give you a pick for that right now. But yeah, so that's just you're sending a terrible impression, and it's unfortunate that it had to. They didn't really figure out that you should have just canceled the races right now. It's ridiculous. Like I have been a defender before, but I'm not going to defend this. Like this is just a joke, complete joke. Let me see. I actually can't find this, so I want to. But yeah, so like I said, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to drop them in there. Oh, it was the Ocean Port, not the Ocean View. What the hell am I saying? I don't know anything. That's not true. But Ocean Port sticks. Let's see. Ocean Port, grade 3. So I guess in that race, I will be taking projected trained by Chad Brown. I'll take Chad Brown's trainee projected in the Ocean View. 2-1 odds. I'm gonna play the hot hand, Chad Brown. That's my pick for that race is projected Chad Brown, mainly because trained by Chad Brown. Sorry about that. Let's see what else is on the card today. Like I said, the Molly pitchers today. That's really it. Haskell, obviously, the Molly pitcher. Doesn't really look like there's anything else really compelling on the Monmouth card today. It's just that, like I said, the whole fact that this whole situation has been allowed to go on the way that it was is just insane. So, I mean, that being said, I'll open it up to any last minute questions. What I'm actually going to do is, I know that I said I was going to answer Ferdinand's question. I'm not sure whether or not he's here. If you do watch this, make sure to tune in next Saturday around. Actually, I will not be able to live stream next Saturday. So next Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, that will be my next live stream. I'm sorry I'm gonna have to cut this off early, but I do have to run a couple errands, and not going to be. I just feel like that you got everything else out. So if you have any last minute questions, feel free to drop them in. But that's just my little rant on Monmouth Park. That it's really unfortunate that it had to come out to this, because the whole thing is just a joke. But so yeah, I will see you guys on Tuesday when we'll be giving a Haskell recap, and hopefully nothing bad happens, because I have a feeling that bad stuff is going to happen. If you are also, just in case you're wondering, we'll be replacing the Haskell on NBC will be a Haskell preview special. So that's on 5 to 6. Personally, I don't see why NBC can't just reschedule their programming, but that's just me. So anyway, I will see you on Tuesday. Tom Durkin interview is going to be on Wednesday. Probably I'm going to schedule Travis Stone for Thursday. Don't have 100% confirmation on that, but I think I'm going to schedule Travis Stone for Thursday. Tom Durkin on Wednesday. So you got that to look forward to. I will see you guys in the next whatever we make. Probably something about I do owe you guys a Mary Lou Whitney video, so that will be coming up.